Rules and actions in automations in your courses. So from the dashboard, go to courses and open a course, or if you're already in a course, head across to automations. So in automations, we have two things that govern when emails fire out or automate. These are automations or rules, and there are actions to those rules. So today what we're going to look at is we're going to look at the add rule and the add action for the different types, so you understand what they do within the system itself. So let's start with the rules. So adding a rule basically gives it a section. So if we add a rule for enroll or course complete or on lesson complete, then actions for these roles should be placed in each of these. So on enroll is normally when someone signs up, so you can send an email immediately when they sign up. Now on course completion is when they finish the course, and on lesson completion is when they finish a lesson. So when you set these, there are different actions that can be applied within these areas. Generally they are kind of generalized as send mail, add tag, remove tag, send webhook and notify admin. So we'll go through each of these as well as setting up the other rule. So what I'm going to do first of all is I want to completely remove this on completion section. So letting you know that you can actually remove these in their entirety. Now I'm going to leave this one in, but I could set another rule and I could do another enroll section here. So now you can see I've got two in here, and this is exactly the same as this. You can see it's on enroll and it hasn't got any actions added to it yet, and also the title is changed. So I could change the title in here and call it enroll, and then I can click save, and you're going to see that that will change inside there. So this one has already got an action in it. It's a send mail action. There you can see that. So I could set the same thing up inside there as well, and I can also delete them out. So I want to set up the first on lesson completion so that I can show you how that works. So I'm going to put in here lesson completion, so you know that that's what that rule is, and I'm going to click save to that. So you can see inside here it says on lesson completion. It also says for you to select a lesson, and this is the lesson that it will be applied to for that rule. So the trigger is on lesson complete, and you can do on roll and course on lesson complete there, and you can also pick the lesson. So if they finish, for instance, this bronze welcome to the course, we can pick that and click save, and then the email that goes out inside here can then fire off to that lesson. So the last one we have here is on course completion. So I'm going to add on course completion, and I'll just type this in here and click save. So this again, we have actions we can put inside here. It says no action added, so you need to add an action inside here wherever it says this. This one has one action, it has a send mail. So again, we have that. So now we're going to look at the actions that can be put inside of these, and because they are all pretty much the same, I only got to show you one area for you to understand the principle. So let's look at the first action, which is send mail. We already have one set up here, so I'm going to click this one just to show you. So the send mail action here allows you to send a mail out to your users. So you can automatically send someone a mail based on a trigger. You can drip delay this email or have it sent on a particular date, e.g. if someone completes a purchase course and has a tag, and so on. So inside here you can set the delay on after from enrollment, and you can do this by minutes, hours, days or weeks after they enroll. You can also set it to go out on a specific date and time zone in here if required. Here is the mail, and here is the formatting of the mail. To find out more information on how to set up the editor inside here, check out the support documentation on that part of this. Next we have inside here is add a tag. If we click add a tag, you're going to see this one comes up here, and we're going to go tag user for this course, tag for course. And you can tag a user based on a trigger, and you can use the tags in your automation to personalize their journey. E.g., you want to upsell another course, then someone completes a course. In this case, you would assign a tag on the course completion and use that tag to identify that they have done this and then upsell another course. Tags are really powerful, and we can name the tag in here. You can set the delay on when the tag takes effect from enrolment by minutes, hours, days, or weeks, or on a set date. The actual tag that you give them can be set up inside here. This one I've named finished. All I need to do now is hit enter on the keyboard. All I need to do now is save that change and make that action live. You can apply this to existing students, or if you want it to take effect after you have students in the course and only for new students, you would click no. You'll now see that there is a tag in here that will be added to your student when they enroll in this course. You'll also see that it's marked as live. Always check that your actions are marked as live inside here. If they're paused, please click the Make Live action now and apply to the students. This is how tagging works inside Zenler. This is the same for any of the other rules within the actions as well. So next we move on to remove a tag. There could be instances where you wish to remove a tag. Say at the beginning of the course they come in as tagged as new, and when they reach the end of the course you may wish to remove that tag, in which case you put it into the completion of course and then you'd add the tag inside there. Removing a tag is easy. You just come into here and we just label it remove tag, and then simply inside here click and you'll see all of the tags that you have. You can click here and click save, and then we'll mark this from 1 day after they've enrolled. So the tag gets added here and then it gets removed here. Let's click save to this, and let's make this live now by clicking yes. Again, we can apply this to existing students, that's already people that have enrolled, or only to new ones by clicking no. Now you'll see that this is live. Next we have send a webhook. If you need to send a webhook, you can do it from inside here. Once you've set this up, you need to supply the hook URL. If you're using something like Zapier, it will give you a hook URL to enter in here. Then data of the student will be sent to that webhook, and inside of something like Zapier, that can then process that hook, maybe sending it to something like a Google Sheet. Again, you can do this on enrollment after a certain time period of minutes, hours, weeks, or days, and you can also set it on a date itself, and you can name this. Let's click save to that. And you'll notice that if you try to save it without a hook, you'll need to supply one inside here. It is suggested that you understand how webhooks are used. Outgoing webhooks are used inside Zenler. When you understand the principle, setting up webhooks is easy. Next we will move on to notify admin. Notifying admin is a really good way to capture data about your users enrolling, or at any stage in the process, including lesson completion or completion of the course. Simply type into here the email address you wish this to go to, the mail subject, in this case I'm going to call it data, and then inside here format your email. In this case I want to find out the name of the user, I want to find out the course they signed up for and their email address. I give it an action name, and I can click Save Changes. We'll make this action live, and now when someone signs up for this course, 0 hours, minutes, days or weeks from enrolment or set on a date, this email will fly out and it will give you information on the user that signed up to the email address that you specify under the notify settings. These are the actions that you can use within Zenler. As mentioned before, those same actions are in lesson completion and also on course completion. You can set up as many automated emails within Zenler as you choose. This is rules and actions for automations inside courses on Zenler.